Yo, what is going on, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome back to a brand new locals feature match. Here we are in round 4 for the week. Deck profile going up tomorrow, and then you guys can expect some other content. I want to say probably till around Monday, and then we'll be back with more locals feature matches as per usual. Here we've got Prank Kids on the right versus Phantom Knights on the left. The DPE build, for those curious. If the Destiny Fusion in the opening hand didn't give it away already. But as these guys get ready to start, let's take a look at the poll results for this particular match. I asked you guys who you thought would win. Pretty early on in the voting right now while I'm recording this, because I do have to record a lot of these videos and edit them ahead of time because I will be gone next week visiting some family. And I'm going to have to upload and edit a lot of videos in advance. So if you guys see a lot of polls quicker than you normally do, that is why. So I apologize in advance for all the polls that are going to be going up over the next couple days. But it looks like Phantom Knight in the lead here by a decent amount. So let's go ahead and see how this one plays out. Prank Kids going first here. Normal summoning the Fansies and linking off for Meow Mew. Then dumping off the fusion spell to summon out Red. Linking for Doodle Doo, and then red effect to go ahead and burn for 5. So starting the game off here at 7,500. Long Yun would like to know your location. It's just interesting that we've had two very, very strong decks in recent years that just love to do burn damage for no random reason. Makes playing in time just oh so wonderful. But either way, we're going to see him summon out blue and search off the Cock-a-doodle-doo, and then we're going to see him link the blue and Cock-a-doodle-doo into the Bow Wow Bark. Blue will summon yellow, and he'll go ahead and gain 1,000 life. So opponent starting at 75, Prank starting at 9,000 as per usual, and then by the time turn 2 starts, usually there's a 3,000 life point difference, and your opponent, the Prank Kids player, is already at 10k life, and they've got a double Raigeki on field. No wonder it's a really, really good deck. And I even think we saw a Prank Kids list top the remote YCS. I'm not sure if it was the European one or the North American one, but I'm pretty sure we saw a Prank Kids deck still on top, even with the one Meow Mew, because of course the deck is still good even with it at 1. Just definitely loses a little grind game and forces you to have to make some kind of split decisions while playing the deck. You either recycle the Meow Mew with your pranks, or you leave it in the grave and just hope that the double Raigeki is enough, and make sure you have follow-up set up and everything, with a normal summon plus extender. So yeah, we're going to see him pass turn with 2 set, and the Bow Wow standby phase effect to add back the blue and the red, of course, to be able to set up with the Pandemonium green already on field. And opening hand here for our PK player, it looks like we have Tour Guide, E-Telly, Fusion Destiny, Call By, and a copy of Fogblade and Cloak. Looks like on the normal summon effect of Tour Guide, we're going to see there can be only 1. And that's actually going to hinder our Prank Kids player a little bit here. I think after the match, he said something along the lines how he made a minor misstep here regarding his TC Boo and how his end field was set up. Leaving himself with a Thunder will make it so that he cannot actually fuse for Battle Butler now, because he does have a Thunder already on field. We're going to see E-Telly attempt to activate here, trying to let him extend past just the Tour Guy, because I don't think he has another fiend that he, or another a non-fiend that he can summon off of this. So I don't think he'll be able to resolve the Tour Guide, obviously, because of the TC Boo, and then trying to keep playing, get another level 3 on field, because of the E-Telly. That will get Ash. He does have Called By. Looks like he will go ahead and chain that here, just so he can get another level 3 body on field. I mean, I don't see why you don't do this at this point. Getting to Cherubini is better than not getting to Cherubini, right? And plus you have Fusion Destiny as backup and Fogblade too. So a lot going in your favor here in case things go wrong. Also keep in mind our Phantom Knight player on the left is new to the deck, so if he's not like the second coming of Dodger Wolf, please be kind in the comments. Just some tips and pointers in the comments. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. So yeah, just wanted to get that out onto the table first. Yeah, so going to go ahead and get to the Cherubini because he does have a Fiend, a Psychic, and now a Fairy on board, and he's going to go ahead and use the Cherubini to go ahead and dump Graph as cost, and that will resolve Graph effect. Now resolving here, summoning out a copy of Seer, So a Fiend and a Fairy here. And honestly, I mean, he could go into Rusty, but that is going to make it so he cannot actually fuse for DPE, because that is a warrior as well. Cannot have 2 warriors on field at this point. So a little bit of a tricky situation. I mean, he could... Well, no, he can't make Nightmare Unicorn either, because that is also a Fiend. I'm trying to think there's some other Link 2 or Link 3 he can step into at this point. And Nightmare Phoenix is also a Fiend. So yeah, I mean, Dagda also a Fairy. So kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. I mean, I think the only move at this point is you just Fusion Destiny and go DPE. And that's really all you can do. It's not terrible either. Like, I mean, you have the out to TC Boo here as well. So you could summon an Enforcer and try to clear the back row. Because, like, the other set is Pandemonium, 100%. And that Pandemonium is not going to stop Enforcer. So, like, you could go Enforcer, you know, pop the Pandemonium, or not the Pandemonium, pop the TC Boo. But then again, popping TC Boo will make it so that his opponent will have access to Battle Butler. So maybe you just kind of sit on the field that you're on, and maybe you also summon the DPE in the zone that Cherubini points to, so it cannot be destroyed by card effects, but it looks like he will not be going that route. Probably unaware of that interaction, but either way, we're going to see him dump the bricks. The Alti Dasher looking very, very clean alongside the Secret Celestial. And from here, having just Fogblade and Cloak in hand. I don't know why I can't say Fogblade today. He could, I was going to say, there might have been a way to go Access Code there, but he would have to link off the Enforcer. So it looks like we will see Enforcer activate. And then in response, we're going to go ahead and see the Pandemonium. And Pandemonium is going to go ahead and fuse off with the red in hand, I believe, and the green on field. Yeah, and this is where he's probably realized, you know, he cannot make Battle Butler, so he's going to go for Weather Washer. And we're going to see Enforcer on resolution popping Seer and TC Boo. Because remember, Enforcer does not target. So he cannot, you know, wait for him to pop the Pandemonium, then chain. So you have to use it right then and there. It's a use it or lose it situation. Enforcer proving why he's so good. So yeah, it's going to clear the TC Boo and force the Pandemonium. Kind of the best case scenario here. Popping Seer as well. So he gets the extra body back on field. And actually, I don't think he could have done that. I need to read Cherubini really quickly here on the fly. Just because Cherubini is a very, very interesting card. In that it protects what it points to. And I just want to see if it's just by opponent's card effects. Monsters card points to cannot be destroyed by card effects. So yeah, he could not technically actually pop his own Seer there. With the Enforcer, but he would just easily pop Enforcer with Enforcer effect, and I guess it's a good thing he didn't summon it to the zone that Cherubini pointed to, because that would just, well, actually, I think he would still keep the Seer. He would still pop the TC Boo, just I think Enforcer would just try to resolve as much as possible. I'm not entirely sure. The Seer definitely should not have died there, and I think our PK player definitely could have kept playing by linking off the Cherubini and the Seer into Rusty, and then dumping like you know, a Torn Scales or like a Cloak to the grave, or a Boots rather, and then setting another Fogblade. So I think he definitely had more plays there. Maybe just trying to play it conservatively, but we're gonna see Weather Washer tag out and then banishing the Meow Mew to bring back the Doodle Doo and the Bow Wow Bark. But yeah, I was curious there. I'm like, Enforcer can't destroy the Seer, but Enforcer just says destroy them. So I don't think it has to actually destroy the first card. I think it just attempts to destroy it, and then it doesn't get destroyed, but the other card still gets destroyed. At least that's how I'm thinking it says. Destroy both one card you control, one card on the field. Destroy both one card you control and one card on the field. Yeah, that's all it says. So, I mean, I'm not sure. But that Seer definitely should not have gotten destroyed. But either way, we're going to see our Prankets player link into a copy of Unicorn. That's going to force out a Fogblade. So now that Unicorn is locked down, cannot attack or be attacked. And of course, the effects are now negated. And we'll see what our Prankets player can go ahead and do from here. He still has to worry about the float from the graph, and also the ever-looming threat that is Enforcer. We're going to see him link Blue and Weather Washer into another Doodle-Doo. He'll gain another 1,000 life points, putting him up up to 10,000 here, since he was not able to resolve Blue on the previous turn. And then we're going to see him summon out a red, and looks like that is... Oh, yeah, now resolving the Doodle-Doo. Adding a copy of the Prankid's Place. The field spell for the deck, of course. And now we're going to see Doodle activate on field, one of the Doodles, tagging itself out to go ahead and add back 2. And we'll see what he's going to attempt to add back here. Getting access to Battle Butler at this point would be pretty okay. Mildly okay, I want to say. So it looks like he's just going to go ahead and add back Pranks and Weather Washer, not Weather Washer. I mean, to be honest here, if I was a Prankid aficionado like my friend Joe here on the right, I would probably be able to provide more insight on what the best things to add back right now are, but looks like... I mean, because, like, I don't think he has Pandemonium, because he searched Place off the Doodle-Doo, so I don't know if he has Pandemonium access right now. So it looks like he is going to use Enforcer, and he's going to attempt to destroy the graph, which should not be getting destroyed here because of Cherubini. I know so many people are going to bring this up in the comments, but it is what it is. I mean, so we're just going to go ahead and summon a Scarm from the deck. I mean, neither player catching this here. It is what it is. I don't think it's too terribly damaging for the game state. He will, of course, get a Scarm on field now, which if leaves the field will net him a tour guide, but... if our Prankid's player can put up a pretty decent board here, I don't know if it'll matter too much. We're going to see him activate Place now. Place is going to go ahead and search him a blue. And, yeah, I mean, my train of thought was maybe he goes ahead and adds, like, Pandemonium off of the Doodle-Doo, and then he, uses the other Doodle-Doo to add back 2, and so he already does have the fusion. And now we're going to see him go for the Battle Butler. Okay, so just getting a little bit more advantage out of the way. I wasn't sure if he had another Pandemonium in hand or not. So unless he added it back and I just was looking somewhere else on the screen when he did that. But he's going to go for Battle Butler. Trigger red and green. Burning his opponent again, putting him down to 65. And that's going to trigger Place to boost all monsters he controls by 500. So now it's a 3,500 Battle Butler and a 2,700 Unicorn that cannot attack. And we're going to see him get to spec 2 bodies here. So he'll burn and spec. And then I don't think he's special summoning off of the other 2 right now. Because I don't think he has... Maybe he's low on resources at this point. He's gone through quite a bit. So checking the grave, realizes that he does have Celestial and Dasher available to him. And, I mean, at this point, you do... I think Cherubini... I don't know if Cherubini protects from battle as well. Cherubini says... let's see here. If this card will be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can send one of the cards you control to the graveyard instead. So, he could just send off, like, the Scarm and protect it. And then, yeah. If he sends out the Scarm and protects it, he gets to keep Cherubini, which is just a foolish for any engine card, basically. And then he cannot attack with the Unicorn, and that leaves him the only other option to attack. Well, no, he wouldn't even get a replay there, I don't think, if the attack goes through on the Cherubini. I mean, he'll take 3,000 damage. So, I mean, I guess the best thing to do would be to, like, either way here, you're not clearing. Well, I mean, technically he could clear. He could clear, because, like, he could attack. No, I don't think he could, actually, because Cherubini could just protect in other ways. So we're going to see him go battle phase over top the Enforcer. That'll trigger Enforcer effect. And then it looks like we're going to go to the end phase here. Activating Pranks to go ahead and recycle 3. Because I was going to say, like, because he could, like, go battle phase, clear something, and then Battle Butler. But Cherubini is just so dang good that I don't think he's going to have a chance to get rid of it regardless. So he's just going to go to, clear the Enforcer. And then end phase Pranks draw. And then standby phase, Enforcer will return, of course, picking up a copy of Staingreaves for turn here. Yeah, quite the grindy game 1 here we are seeing. Prankid's up a metric ton here in life points. And now we're going to see a Link 3 into Rusty. And he will get the end phase effect of Scarm. And now we're going to see Battle Butler trigger. And that will clear both the Enforcer and the Rusty. I mean, I probably would have chained Enforcer there to clear the blue off the field. That way you put him on needing a prank to start his plays next turn. But again, you know, may see a few misplays here from our PK player, because again, he is learning the deck as of just like a few weeks or so. And also generally, I want to say like newer to Yu-Gi-Oh, at least in this current format anyways. Past couple of formats, I should say. But he still has, I want to say, I mean, I don't know how many plays he has available to him at the moment. But he definitely could have gotten to Rusty, I think, like a turn or two prior. And not having that graveyard set up right now is definitely hurting him, as he is forced to go to the end phase, resolve Scarm, adding Tour Guide here, and then Standby Phase Enforcer coming back. Standby Phase Enforcer, gotta love it. How many of you guys are sick of Phoenix Enforcer already? I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting pretty sick of it myself. I mean, I've always been on the receiving end and never been on the the end of the person summoning it. I mean, I will at some point soon when I play Sword Soul, but I might not even play Enforcer, and that I might just play the Tenyi version. I don't know. But he will pass, and we're going to see our Prankets player normal summon Roxy's, and he is going to go ahead and be able to link 2 into Doodle. So if you would have chained Enforcer to the Battle Butler and cleared the blue, I don't know how much our Prankets player could have done. Granted, he did have Place up, so Place could spec a token, so with the normal summon of yellow and the token of from Place, he probably still could have gotten into the board that he's into right now. Maybe a little less advantage going into it, and one less body since he would have to use a token. But we're seeing him get 2 reds on field now. And the grind game is on, certainly. But we know Prankets can definitely thrive in the grind game. So we're going to see Doodle activate, adding back Pandemonium and Weather Washer. Putting that back to the extra deck here. And this Nightmare Unicorn still locked down by this Fog Blade. Yeah, I mean, there's the Cherubini misplay, not caught by both players, is something that I think maybe would have changed things just a little bit. But I mean, also, like, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Cherubini alone just giving Prankets a hard time, especially with like a somewhat established board there. Making him make like sort of a split decision. But it looks like we're going to see Pandemonium activate. Don't know if our Prankets or our PK player will have a response. It looks like he will not. And we're going to see him just go ahead and fusion into the Weather Washer. Place activating again, boosting all his monsters yet again by 500. And that does stack, so that Unicorn is now at 32. And Weather Washer, I believe, is at 25. And it does have that damage step effect where it stops effects from being able to activate until the end of the damage step, I believe. Kind of similar to Armades, for those that are unaware. And Enforcer will not actually be able to activate now because of the Weather Washer. Interesting that he did not Weather Washer or Enforcer prior. It might have been protected by one of his links. Which, yeah, I mean, he did use the Doodle Doo, so I don't think he would have been able to pop it there anyways, but he could still clear, like, pranks off the field. And then the Unicorn can't attack, so you're not taking that much damage, so you're just taking the damage from the Weather Washer, and you still secure your Enforcer effect by clearing the pranks, which has been giving him resources and extension every turn. And it looks like our PK player has top-decked a Artifact Scythe, and it looks like he is just going to go ahead and scoop there, realizing that there's not much he can do. I mean, yeah, I mean, maybe you go Tour Guide, summon Tour Guide. I mean, I don't know where you go from there besides making like well, you can't make any nightmares for that because you need 2 monsters with different names. So after a very grindy game 1, we're going to head into game 2. And I'd like to mention, as always, a quick shout out to Imperium Duelist. They just came out with a brand new rubber playmat, actually. Featuring the design of the Millennium Rod. And if you get the rubber mat, it is the foil edition, and it actually has the Millennium Rod in there, like, in foil. Like, it's actually foil on the mat. I just got mine in the mail today as I'm recording this. It looks gorgeous. I posted a picture of it in the community tab. Check it out if you want. But yeah, definitely check out Imperium down in the description if you haven't. And don't forget to use my discount code WINNERKILL10 off at checkout to save 10% off your entire order. And if you guys are buying anything on TCG Player, please do not forget to use my affiliate link found in the description of all my videos. And anytime you guys shop and check out using that link, a small bit of revenue from your purchase goes right back in the channel and help us out a ton. So let's get back to the game here. We're going to see him lead with the Torn Scales, pitching a Gloves, and then I think specking Boots, and sending one other card off the Torn Scales. I can't remember exactly what it was, but Artifact Lancey going to do a good job at shutting down the turn here. We're going to see him default into Plan B, which is going to be Predaplant Verte Anaconda, everybody's favorite dark link to this format. Sending the Celestial, sending the Dasher, and just going to ahead and summon the Enforcer with just Tour Guide and Graph in hand. And he will go ahead and pass turn. Yeah, so it looks like he dumped a Cloak off the Torn Scales there. Didn't see it in time, but he's going to go ahead and normal summon yellow. And, I mean, it looks like he's going to go ahead and use Enforcer here. Like, this is a very good spot to use it if you're going to, because could easily signal the end of the game immediately for Prank Kids, and it looks like that is going to be the case. Because that is Prank Kids sometimes. Sometimes you clear the normal summon, the first play they make, and they literally have to pass turn. You hate to see it. So we're going to move on to a Game 3. Just as quickly as Game 2 ended, we're already into Game 3. So we're going to see our Prank Kids player, normal blue. It will not get ashed, and we're going to see him go into Meow Mew. Blue is going to go ahead and summon out green. And no, you cannot Droll and Lockbird there. So we're going to see him go ahead and link the green and the Meow Mew into Doodle Doo. And Doodle Doo is going to go ahead and search here after he uses the green to dump Pandemonium and spec out red. And it looks like we're going to see him actually switch the targets there, dumping the place and adding the prank, or dumping the pranks, adding the fusion. And now we're going to see him add back off the Doodle, pitch yellow for a token, and then link the token in red into Bow Wow, burning for that 500 there off of red. And he will go ahead and summon probably the last color he needs, since he already has, I think, green and red in deck. So he will go ahead and engrave to add back off the Bow Wow, so we're going to see him spec blue. And our Phantom Knight player is just going to have 2 Drolls in hand. So I'm going to double Droll Jackalope, E-Telly, and Boots. And drawing Stained Greaves for turn standby phase. We're going to see Bow Wow go ahead and tribute itself to add back 2. Not the best opening hand here. He's going to opt to normal summon Boots here. This is a strange opener. I probably would have started with normal Greaves, spec Boots, and save the E-Telly for later on. Or even just, hell, lead with the Danger Jackalope while you have the biggest hand size possible to make it much harder to be sniped out of the hand. We're going to see him just go E-Telly. Yeah, I mean, with that hand, I feel like you definitely just start with Jackalope and then normal Greaves, spec Boots. Like, I feel like that's definitely the way to go about that. But again, new to the deck, folks. Cut him some slack. We're going to see him just go right to Cherubini, and on the summon of Cherubini, we're going to see a Pandemonium. And this is why also, if he, and again, he's new to the deck, but he could have set the E-Telly and then normal Greaves spec Boots make Cherubini, and then it would have prevented exactly what happened right here, because he'd be able to go ahead and actually send the set E-Telly to protect the Cherubini. Then again, I guess he could chain the Battle Butler again to destroy it a second time. But then again, I feel like you still have somewhat decent follow-up. No, because you can't use the E-Telly anymore. He would need another way. He'd need like another card to set. I don't know. That's a tough scenario, but I feel like there's a better way to play that out there. Either way, we're gonna see him go ahead and reveal the Jackalope after he adds the Fog Blade. So Jackalope will special summon and net a draw here. And, reminding his opponent to go ahead and draw off of the Jackalope, since it was not discarded. And no more PKs engraved. Draws into Kagamuchanite. Very, very unfortunate draw at this point. And I think this is probably a very, very rough spot for our PK player. As Droll is going to do next to nothing on the following turn. Probably a miss side there, not knowing that Droll is like really not that good against the Prank Kids deck. Granted, I don't know how much experience he has playing against this deck, and he's going to pass turn. And our Prank Kids player is just going to go ahead and link with green and yellow into Doodle. And he's just going to go ahead and mid defeat. after he shows him the hand there. And it looks like Prank Kid's winning 2-1. Looks like you guys were incorrect this time around. A bit of an upset, but I do understand that it is, based on the pilot of the deck, how this match could swing. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up at the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a special shout out goes to our Divine Level channel members. And they are Cadillacs84, Pony Start, Keys Sidger, Tweeter0226, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys so much as always for your extremely generous support of the channel.